If I were Secretary of Labor, my top priorities would be not all that different from what they were when I was Secretary of Labor, and that is education and job training. I didn't think of my job as any different from the Secretary of Education. In fact, we work very closely together. You see, in a global economy, almost everything now moves at the speed of light across international borders, particularly financial capital. There is only one resource that is rooted in a country on which the future standard of living of a country depends, and that is our people, our human capital, our skills, our insights, our capacities to work together. And if we do not invest substantially and adequately in our human capital, we don't have a chance competitively. In the short term, many companies are going to have to cut their payrolls. They have no choice, just simply in terms of survival. But many companies, to the extent that they possibly can, need to look at the long term. Keep the talent, keep the relationships, guard that precious relational capital that exists between and among employees, and between employees and suppliers, and especially between employees and customers. I believe from a corporate perspective, if you don't invest in your workers, if you don't place top priority on recruitment and retention, on making sure your workers are not only happy, but are productive, are creative, are in the right positions, then you're going to lose ground. From a national perspective, if you don't invest in the nation's people, in the nation's workforce, well, the nation just doesn't have a chance in the competitive race over time. Human resource officers and professionals are as important, if not more important, in the new economy than the chief financial officers, because the human resource people are custodians of the human capital in that company. And the biggest barrier to entry, the most important competitive advantage in a company today is your people. It's not your access to finance. Everybody can get the same access to finance. It's not even your access to specific technologies, because any competitor can get access to the same technologies. Your people are your own unique competitive position. Too often in many companies, HR professionals are viewed as heat shields by management. They are told directly or implicitly to just keep a lid on, keep everybody happy. Just as long as there are not employee complaints, as long as employees basically will do what they're told, that's good. Well, that's not good, and that's not nearly enough. HR professionals need to have direct access to top management. They need to be part of the top management team, and they are not heat shields for management. They are actually heat conductors. They need to be able to inform management of what management needs to do to better utilize employees. Day to day, week by week, month by month, many things have to change. Many things will need to change because the employee base is changing, because the competitive situation is always changing.